Drop top cruising the streets. All right, guys, what's up? It's Austin here, and this is
This is Ben.
Ben Bogard. So we're here at Iron Tribe Fitness Perkins, and today we are going to talk about nutrition. So we're going to talk specifically. Ben has no idea what we're talking about, so this is truly on the spot
Not
for
a clue.
Ben, but he lives it out, so thankfully it'll be pretty easy. I want us to talk today, Ben, about just nutrition around workouts, and then nutrition, how to think through fueling a workout with nutrition, and then how to think differently about nutrition in regards to body composition. Does that make sense?
That makes total sense. I think that's a great topic.
Because I think it's something that I have gotten a lot clearer on recently, having gotten into more longer time domain running or longer time domain workouts. And I think that it's something that has benefited me a lot to think about viewing my workout in one category and how to optimize the results of that workout, and then thinking about my body composition in a different category.
Absolutely. As
Go ahead.
somebody who's been in the fitness industry for, gosh, probably 20 years,
Yeah,
this is
Ben's 55, whether
yeah,
y'all probably don't know.
I'm not a young buck anymore, but I have seen all the trends come and go, and I've seen fasting workouts be a huge thing, and now seeing fueling performance for performance really become a thing, and see what a huge difference it makes in my own training and in the training of the people that I've been able to work with. I will probably never do a fasted workout again in my life. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, sorry, I need to talk on this. So, yeah, I think maybe one thing just to kind of start it, we're just going to ramble on this, and if some stuff is helpful, cool. Maybe let's speak to, I'll make a statement, you go whatever with it. Most people view working out as a way to burn calories. And so when we come to workouts, some people, they'll come to their workout thinking, well, why would I fuel it? Why would I fuel after? This is me burning calories, which is helping me keep weight off. So I think that is kind of the heartbeat sometimes of fasted working out or things of that nature. So what would you say to someone who, which, I probably have been in that camp
Absolutely.
for a long time.
Yeah.
I'm not there anymore. But what would you say to the person who says, to say it concisely, I work out to burn calories, so I don't fuel my workouts. I don't care about fueling right after to recover from the workout.
Sure.
I'm using that as a way to get ahead of the day and be lowering, or I'm raising the amount of calories I've burned already.
Absolutely. Yep. The first thought that comes to mind is you're probably not burning nearly as many calories in that workout as you think you are. So it's probably not worth the performance trade off, the recovery trade off, and possibly the calories you would actually burn in the long run throughout your day if you actually fueled that workout well, felt good, had energy for the rest of the day. You would probably burn more calories just moving around feeling good than not eating to fuel that workout.
Okay, I think you said that very well, very concisely. Maybe let's hone in on that a little bit more. So I'll pick on myself. I would do a long run in the morning,
Sure.
let's say an hour plus.
Yeah.
I wouldn't worry about fueling it
Mm-hmm.
because in my brain, hey, I just burned 1,000 calories.
Yeah.
I then go on about the day, would eat maybe a bigger breakfast than normal because I just burned a lot of calories.
Yeah.
But yeah, I would definitely hit a wall at some point throughout the day.
Sure.
And it sounds like what you're saying is there's probably some behavioral things to double click on where when you hit the wall, you probably don't make the best food choices. So
Absolutely.
maybe talk a little bit about someone who's doing that approach. What are probably some things where they don't realize that they might, for lack of a better term, they might be shooting themselves in the foot? And then what would be a better option?
Yeah. So, I mean, probably the most typical thing that I see would be most of this happening on a very subconscious level is you just kind of find yourself sitting around more throughout the rest of the day. You're a little bit more tired in the afternoon, whereas you might have got out and done some yard work and run around and played with the kids. You get home, you just kind of want to sit in your chair and hang out. You try to eat a healthy dinner. You find yourself ravenously
Not
hungry
satiated.
after dinner, and you don't make the best food choices at that point. The tub of ice cream starts looking really good. I know for me, when I'm training heavily, if I underfuel, I find myself waking up an hour or two after going to bed, ravenously hungry, looking for all the kids' snacks and crushing those.
Yeah, I have no idea what that would be like. No, I'm just kidding. No, I think that's super helpful. So I think I would imagine most of our members at Iron Tribe are not just because they're busy.
Sure.
You know, like, I mean, if you're, no matter, all of our members are either busy stay-at-home moms, they're moms that work and take care of kids, they're dads that are out the door really early, or they're coming in at 5 a.m. to get a workout in. So none of what we're saying is like these people are incompetent.
Absolutely.
It's just they're busy, and nutrition and fitness is a thing that they love about their day, but they might not be connecting the dots as to the way that they're thinking about approaching workouts and nutrition is actually hindering them from getting the results that they could.
Absolutely.
Does that sound fair?
Sure. I do want to add a little caveat right here. I think that guys can get away with a lot more than women can, based on a lot of the research that I've seen recently. Guys can get away with some fasted workouts, getting up, working out first thing in the morning, eating the rest of the day. For women, that is a serious hormonal disruption. For whatever reason, just women's bodies do not do well with that huge cortisol spike that comes with working out in a deprived state. And that's just going to kind of set off a chain of hormonal disruption that's going to affect everything from metabolism to energy to sleep. And so, guys, please fuel your workouts, but ladies, I'm going to absolutely insist that you guys fuel your workouts.
Okay, cool. No, that's super helpful. Two questions. One, why do you think it's so impactful on women? And then two, let's take the typical busy woman here.
Sure.
I count all women here professional. They're either professional home managers, family managers, kid managers, or they're doing something outside the home and that.
Absolutely.
So for a busy woman,
Sure.
what would an ideal situation look like for her to avoid the cortisol spike? To basically what you're saying is when women work out in a fasted state or a really calorie deprived state, it's doing more damage to them muscularly and hormonally than it is good.
Absolutely.
So maybe just talk more about that.
Yeah. So, I mean, I realize that working out early in the morning can be very difficult. I mean, who wants to say you're going to work out at 5 in the morning? What are you going to get up at 3 a.m. and eat a big breakfast and let that settle? And so it doesn't need to be anything huge. This is where I think something like whey protein is great. Whey protein, super easy to digest, absorbs really fast, is going to kind of blunt that cortisol response is going to put some amino acids in your system to kind of stop that muscle protein breakdown and start muscle protein synthesis. Using a lot of big words here, but it's really good for
Stops the breakdown of muscle, promotes the growth and building of muscle.
Absolutely. So just start, wake up, hit a whey protein shake. I also like
Would you want a carbohydrate in there?
Yeah, I would
Could you
typically
do some ignition in it?
Yeah, throw a little bit of ignition in there. Ignition, super easy to digest carbohydrate source. It's gonna give you fuel for your workout. So yeah, ignition, or if for whatever reason not a fan of that, you could probably digest a banana, something like that. Super easy. So
Honey.
protein shake and a banana, protein shake and some honey, protein shake and some ignition. All of those are going to kind of check that box.
Now, what about if you just eat like a really large dinner, like does a woman specifically need to fuel directly before a workout if they're working out at 5 a.m., or could what they ate the night before be adequate as long as they refuel directly after?
I would still want to see them get something in before that workout. Again, it doesn't need to be big. 20, 25 grams of protein from whey protein, 20, 30 grams of carbohydrates from another source. Just something small to kind of blunt that cortisol response, get that protein synthesis going the right direction. Yeah.
Okay, and then for fellas, because I want to take the conversation to the next question, which is, okay, but why should I care about fueling my workout? What if my goal is weight loss? But we're talking specifically about women, so backing up,
Yep.
what would you say would be ideal for a male?
Yeah, I would say I think for everyone, male or female, they should reframe that whole idea and focus on training for performance and let the weight loss come as a byproduct of that. And so again, everyone's going to be better off trying to get the fueling to get the best workout they can, uh, move the most amount of weight, perform the best, burn the most number of calories. See, that's what we talked about, burning calories earlier. You'll probably actually burn significantly more calories in that workout if you put a little fuel in the system, get that fire
You know,
going.
it's so funny you say that. So, shout out to Charlotte Andrews. I made a post. This has been very like new for me. Recovering after a workout, I think I've always thought like
Sure.
very important.
Yep.
Your body has just gone through a hurricane, and this is, Red Cross coming and putting shingles back on your house, and patching your windows, boards, whatever. So I'm currently, I'm trying to get faster. I'm trying to lose a little bit of weight.
Sure.
But I've become convinced of the importance of fueling my workouts so
Right.
that I get the performance benefit. And for those of you who are listening, when we say performance benefit, we're using that in like the strict sense of the term. We don't mean so that you can be the best athlete out there. We just mean the point of doing certain workouts is to get certain performance benefits from it, whether that's you can do more reps, whether you can go deeper in the range of motion, whether you can do more weight, whether you can run faster. That's the purpose of the exercise.
Absolutely.
I made a post about I was devastated thinking that I had to count the carbohydrates I took in during long runs or long workouts in the
Yeah.
gym against my calories for the day. And Charlotte Andrews actually, she thankfully, like, she messaged me. She's like, hey, not the right way to think. I used to think that. And she said, I've actually started burning more calories in my workouts
Yeah.
because I'm able to push harder
Absolutely.
because my body isn't hitting that wall. So if I could sum up what we're saying, what you're saying, what we're saying, it sounds like under fueling your workouts is not good.
No.
It's especially not good for women.
Absolutely.
And you shouldn't think about workouts as a way to lose weight.
Sure.
You should think about a workout as I'm doing this movement, I'm doing this stimulus to get a certain result.
Yep.
So fuel it so that I optimize my chance of getting that result.
Yeah.
Okay.
Absolutely.
So keeping going, what is there anything else you would say about, let's talk specifically at Iron Tribe.
Yeah.
Someone has fueled for the workout. They took in 25 grams of carbs, 25 grams of protein on their way to the gym.
Sure.
What is ideal right after? Start with, for the person who's just trying to like maintain current weight, body composition, they just want to see progress in the gym.
Yep.
And then what should it look like after for the person who is wanting to see that progress, but also trying to lower body composition?
Sure. All right, I'm going to run through a few different scenarios here. All right, so we talked about women earlier, how important it was that they fuel before a workout. So let's just say they did 25 grams of protein from a whey protein source. They did 30 grams of carbs from some ignition. They hit their workout. if I know that they're going to be able to go home and eat breakfast within 30 minutes to an hour of that, I would just encourage them go home and eat a whole food balanced breakfast.
Give an example.
Go home and eat a few eggs, some sourdough toast with a little almond butter on it, maybe another banana, something like that.
So basically a protein, a carb,
Protein,
from natural
carb, and a
sources.
healthy fat source. Yep, just a nice, well-balanced meal. If you know that you're going to be running around, running errands,
Opening the
chasing
door
kids,
into 5 kids.
yeah,
and
going
all
straight
of
into
that.
work, and you're not going to be able to get a whole food meal in, then I would absolutely recommend something very similar to what you did pre-workout as well. Hit that whey protein shake again, hit a core power, something like that. Again, I would like to see some carbohydrates in there just to replenish. Muscle glycogen stores as well. Ignition works there. A banana works there.
Yeah, I feel like, and just for people to know, like Ben and I aren't just talking about these products because we sell them at the gym. I mean, we were in Birmingham
Yeah,
for however many days, I don't know. We ran every morning.
absolutely.
And every morning, on one of our runs, it was 90 minutes to 2 hours. I took in 80 grams of carbohydrates
Yeah.
in the 90 minutes.
Sure.
And then after, I immediately had
Yeah.
ignition,
Whey protein,
creatine,
ignition.
whey protein.
Yeah.
So this is stuff that we're like putting into practice. And I will say, I'm new to the running world.
Mm-hmm.
My runs are so different.
Oh, yeah.
And my Iron Tribe classes. Our video cut off, so I'm restarting it. I was saying how much of a difference realizing that I would do a lot of my 12:15 classes.
Yeah,
I have 4 kids. I'm overseeing 2 gyms. I would miss breakfast,
sure.
do the 12:15, pretty much fasted.
Yeah,
I didn't want to eat before because I
Yeah.
thought that would slow me down.
sure.
And the workout slaps you in the face 15 minutes in.
Yeah.
And then after, my energy by like 2 or 3 is just
Absolutely.
crushed. So I've realized, like I said, I don't know if it was in the video before it cut off, but like I took in 80 grams of carbohydrates in a 90-minute window.
Yeah.
Still followed it up with ignition.
Sure.
But then the rest of the day, I felt awesome.
Yeah,
So I'm realizing you need to fuel your workout for your workout's sake, and you need to worry about a calorie deficit outside
at a different
of that.
point.
And
Absolutely.
you were talking about, it's different than an Iron Trip class, but you did a very long run
Sure.
recently.
Yeah, I mean, it's been in the last year and a half that I've always, I guess, understood that you needed to take in carbohydrates during long running efforts. But it's only been in the last year and a half that I realized how many carbohydrates you could take in and what a huge performance benefit that it would bring. But yeah, the trail marathon that I recently did, I took in 140 grams of carbs per hour during that race. So
And
that
it was 4
That was
hours.
4 hours. So I'm not a math whiz, but that's a lot of carbohydrates.
It's almost 600.
Yeah, 600, somewhere just short of 600 grams of carbohydrates in a 4-hour race. And I never would have been able to perform the way that I did in that race had I not been taking in that amount of carbohydrates.
Yeah, and so just to reiterate, in case we didn't say it earlier, in case the video cut off, I feel like what I would love for people at the tribe to hear is, even if you are here just for health,
Yes.
you don't care about performance,
Nope.
you still need to fuel your workout or you're not getting the most benefit out of it.
Absolutely.
So don't come to workouts treating it as a mathematical equation of am I burning enough calories in this workout?
Yep.
You need to come to get stronger.
Sure.
You need to come to get more explosive. You need to come to develop muscular endurance
100%.
and do whatever you have to do nutritionally to
Yep.
do that. And one thing we haven't talked about, like electrolytes, I feel like my go-to, like the supplements I take are protein, creatine, carbohydrates, electrolytes.
Yep.
Like
Covers all the bases.
I don't think I could do what I'm doing without it. Like I'm not as fast of a runner as you.
Sure.
I'm a lot heavier than you. I don't think I could have run a sub 2-hour half
Yeah.
with no electrolytes and no carbohydrates
No.
and no caffeine.
Absolutely.
Like that would have been.
That's a secret performance enhancer.
Yeah.
that
So
we're not
all you
gonna talk
5
about
a.m.ers,
on
you want to
this
talk
video.
about pre-workout, dude, espresso, drink some caffeine, you'll be good. But the whole point is, it sounds like what we're saying for the Iron Triber is fuel your workout so you get the maximum benefit from it.
Sure.
And then once that's done, let's focus on body composition.
Yeah, I mean, electrolytes is a big one that we forget about a lot of times. And I think especially for first thing in the morning workouts, super important, because you're going to be waking up in a slightly dehydrated state, even if you were perfectly hydrated the day before. And you're not going to have a chance to eat full meals with all the sodium and potassium and magnesium that you're going to get in throughout the rest of the day.
And then you're about to sweat.
And you're about to sweat like crazy. So
I've never thought about it like that. That's a good point.
So getting some of those electrolytes in the system is really going to help rehydrate and give you the best workout possible. Going into a workout even slightly dehydrated is going to be a huge performance crusher.
Okay, so there's a prime class that's about to start, so we got to get out of here. If you could, like, someone has completely checked out of this whole thing, really quickly give for our tribers, here's how I want you to think about fueling your workouts. Here's how I want you to think about recovering from your workouts. And here's how I want you to think about nutrition in regards to body composition.
Absolutely.
Elevator pitch.
So we'll go from the last on back.
Perfect.
I want you to stop thinking about your workouts as a way to burn calories. I want you to start thinking about your workouts as a way to build muscle, to get stronger, to improve your energy, all of those things. And the only way that you're going to be able to do that is to fuel those workouts.
And fueling it would look like
protein, easy to digest, carbohydrates, easy to digest, and a quality source of electrolytes.
And give a range for how much protein, how much carbs, what an electrolyte would look like.
Sure. The protein, I think, is pretty easy. I think for most people, anywhere in the 20 to 30 gram of protein range covers your basis for that pre or post workout meal. Not going to hurt to go higher than that. I wouldn't recommend going any lower than that. Carbohydrates is a little bit more, I guess, need dependent. I would recommend playing around with that and seeing what you feel best on.
I know on the back of Ignition, it kind of tells women about a half a scoop, men about a whole scoop.
Yeah, I think that's very reasonable. Yep. The longer the workout is, the more carbohydrates you need.
But you think that's appropriate for an Iron
for a
Tribe
typical
class?
45-minute Iron Tribe class, I think, getting it somewhere in the 30 to 40 gram of carbohydrate range is going to cover your bases pretty well there.
Great. Well, I know we could talk a lot more about this. It's probably good there's a prime class so that we'll
probably will talk more about it.
Yeah, I hope so. Yeah. If you have any questions about what we talked about, any specifics, that's what we're here to help with. So at Iron Tribe, we are committed to building fitness communities that change lives. And one way we believe we can change your life is by helping you get a great workout in. And a part of that is by fueling it properly, recovering from it properly. Because we all know, like, I work out not just for the fitness, but to be a better dad, be a better husband, be a better business owner.
Sure.
If I'm wiped from my workouts,
absolutely,
I'm a terrible dad. I'm a terrible business owner. So learn to fuel your workouts so that you get the benefit from it, so that you can recover and be fully the person you need to be in all the spheres you show up in life. And it also, we didn't talk about this, but super prevents injury.
Yeah,
if your cortisol is high and you're constantly stressed from underfeeding,
absolutely,
you're gonna break.
Sure.
So Ben, thank you, dude. Appreciate it. This was good.
Enjoyed it. We're here to help.
Yep. See you later, guys. Bye.